Joe Biden pardoned Dr. Anthony Fauci. He pardoned everybody involved in the January 6th Select Committee investigation, including Adam Kinzinger, Liz Cheney. He pardoned just about everybody he could who committed such egregious acts against the American people. It's sickening, and it's frustrating, and it's maddening. And I was trying to prepare myself for this. I think I convinced myself he wasn't going to go through with it, but he has. General Milley was pardoned. Mark Milley wrote, "My family and I are deeply grateful for the president's action today. I'm sure Fauci will give a statement. Thank you, Biden, for letting me get away with it. I'll bet Liz Cheney is going to make the rounds on MSNBC and gloat and brag and do her pompous, sanctimonious bullcrap, her garbage, because she's turned into garbage. And now the garbage gets away with it because she got pardoned in the final moments of the Biden presidency, a final desperate act from one of the most failed, unpopular presidents in the history of America. What I keep telling myself is I can't let this news get me down because, as Trump says, success is the ultimate vindication. Well, we're successful. We beat them. They lost. Biden has gone ahead and done a big pardon for the Select Committee from January 6th to Anthony Fauci, to generals. I mean, it's outrageous. And it was a friend of mine who said, let's hope Trump doesn't take the bait. Let's hope and let's not, my message to you is, let's not forget what a great day today is. Let's not let these rotten, corrupt people remember or take us away and distract us from what we're celebrating today. In fact, I posted this morning on X after the news came out, a final evil act. I retweeted Molly Hemingway. The great Molly Hemingway wrote, "Biden pardons Liz Cheney, Anthony Fauci, various others for their crimes against the country." And that's the headline. That's the takeaway. These rotten people were pardoned for their crimes against America. And so I reposted her comment, and then I wrote, "A final evil act involving some truly awful people. They got away with it. But don't let this act of desperation deflate you from today. We beat them, every one of them. They'll have to live with the fact that today's inauguration is a repudiation of everything they fought for." And that's, I think, the message that we need to keep in our hearts today and keep in our heads as we navigate through this inauguration day. We got a lot of stuff to talk about that isn't so happy. I am trying to control my rage at Biden's despicable 11th hour pardon of Anthony Fauci, Liz Cheney, Adam Kinzinger, and these awful, awful people who persecuted and prosecuted so many. They're going to get away with it. I didn't think he was going to do it. And I hate to bring down the mood, but you got to know what's happening here. Biden has issued a last-minute pardon to everybody on the January 6th Select Committee. Biden has pardoned Dr. Anthony Fauci, General Mark Milley. Now, interestingly, Special Counsel Jack Smith, former FBI Director Christopher Wray, and Attorney General Merrick Garland are not included in the pardon. However, the rest of them are, as Molly Hemingway put it, Biden pardoned people who had committed crimes against this country. And if you're not angry enough at that news, let's take you back to 2020, when President Trump issued some pardons as his term came to an end. Joe Biden, then President-elect Biden, had a few choice words for President Trump's pardons.
President Trump is reportedly considering a wave of preemptive pardons. Does this concern you? All these preemptive pardons?
Well, it concerns me in terms of what kind of precedent it sets and how the rest of the world looks at us as a nation of laws and justice. You're not going to see in our administration that kind of approach to pardons, nor are you going to see in our administration the approach to making policy by tweets. It's just going to be a totally different way in which we approach the justice system.
How about that? That's what Biden said in 2020. And now we learn that in addition to pardoning his own corrupt son, he has pardoned corrupt Anthony Fauci. He has pardoned corrupt Liz Cheney. And he's given preemptive pardons to the corrupt Cassidy Hutchinson, the corrupt Adam Schiff. It's sickening. And it is a final coda. It is an exclamation point to this failed, abysmal, epically bad presidency of Joe Biden. I saw my buddy Chris Stegall earlier today. He and I sharing studios together. He's in Washington as well, our new morning host on many stations around the country. And Chris said, maybe, just maybe, this despicable last-minute pardon will guarantee Republican control in Washington, D.C. for decades to come. I hope he's right. I'd like to be as optimistic as Chris is. And I am feeling optimism. I think it's important not to let this diabolical act discourage us from the joy we're feeling today, Inauguration Day 2025. And we've got it all for you here on the Mike Gallagher Show. So welcome in, pull up a chair, get ready to hear see the sights and hear the sounds of Donald Trump assuming the presidency again. He's entering office with the highest approval rating he's ever had, ever, 60%. Joe Biden, of course, one of the most unpopular presidents in the history of America. According to Gallup, he's under 40%. He's about 39%. I watched yesterday in the hotel room a report on the CBS morning show, which I like, CBS Sunday Morning. It's one of my favorite shows, but boy, when they step in it, they step in it. And it was a fawning report on Joe Biden and the success he had as president. I almost fell off the couch. I mean, honestly, if I put you on the spot, if I held you hostage and you said, in order to let you go, you've got to tell me 5 accomplishments of the Biden administration, what would they be? I'll take 3. And the CBS report had some nonsense about, well, a lot of infrastructure progress and jobs created. I always love that one. As if shutting the country down due to a pandemic and then reopening the country with all those millions of jobs coming back because by virtue of the country being reopened is somehow Biden's accomplishment. Are you kidding? Wow. Talk about people living in la-la land. Look, they can whine and gripe and moan and complain. The day has arrived, and it's a day we should be celebrating.